All right, so Halloween Ends came out this past Friday, and immediately, I think it might have came out early actually, but anyway, we actually watched it on Friday, and the immediate reaction I was seeing all day Friday was that it sucked, basically. I've seen a lot of negative reviews. I went into it with very low expectations. By the way, no spoilers in this video. Immediately I noticed in the opening credits that they're doing references to Halloween 3. As you can see in the title cards here, very similar font, basically the same font as Halloween 3. This is a reference to basically this whole trilogy has done this. I'll show this image right here. You can see that all three films have done this sort of title card reference to each movie. Now, I'm not going to talk anything about anything spoilery, but it does feel like they went to try to subvert expectations, very much like the original Halloween 3 did. In the original idea for the Halloween franchise, it was going to be a different story every year. Every Halloween movie was going to be a different tale, but with the success of Michael Myers and his storyline, they basically had to continue it for Halloween 2. They wanted to continue with that original gimmick with Halloween 3, thus pissing off a lot of people, including myself. As a child, when I first saw Halloween 3, I was mighty pissed off. I remember going into the video store wanting more Michael Myers. I had seen Halloween 1, I had seen Halloween 2, and I wanted more Michael Myers. And so we got Halloween 3, and the video store clerk warned me, told me, kid, don't get this movie. There's no Michael Myers in this movie. There's no boogeyman in this movie. I know you want to see the boogeyman, but there's no boogeyman in this movie. Me being the stubborn little kid that I was like, yeah, whatever, video store clerk. I'm a little kid. I know way more than you. And we took it home, and sure enough, I was really pissed off that there was no Michael Myers in this movie. By the way, I love Halloween 3 now. Season of the Witch is one of my favorite horror movies now as an adult, but as a kid, not so much. This movie is very clearly trying to subvert that expectation. This movie is more of like a dramedy, a romantic drama comedy in the first hour or so. It's wild. No spoilers. I'm going to talk a little bit about it, but there's no real Michael Myers appearance for the first hour or so. Light spoiler. I'm not going to ruin any story elements, like I said, but really, to me, this movie, what it's really about is the way that small towns deal with tragedy and deal with lore and really want to create monsters. The idea being this new character is sort of the new monster for Haddonfield. Yeah, I liked the movie. I really dug the movie, and I have to say, while I was watching it, I was a little confused to why horror fans didn't pick up on some of these very clear references and really building off of what they have built in this franchise. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is with Halloween Kills. A lot of people seem to be really fixated on this super boogeyman, this super heroic Michael Myers. Now, my take on Halloween Kills is in Halloween Kills, Michael Myers is very lucky. If anything, there's nothing really superhuman to me. I guess it could be interpreted, that axe fight with the firefighters could be interpreted as superhuman. But to me, there's nothing really superhuman about Michael Myers in that movie. He's just extremely fucking lucky. And I have to say, it's almost like, because to me, in that movie, the point of that movie is the community is building Michael up to be a monster again. They once again, they need a monster. This community needs someone to blame for their sins or whatever, however you want to interpret the story metaphors. To me, the point of Halloween Kills is the community wants to build a monster, needs a monster, and they build Michael up to be almost super heroic. But in reality, he is just a human, and at the end of the movie, they beat his ass. These are spoilers for Halloween Kills, by the way, not Halloween Ends. So in Halloween Ends, I've seen the criticism that Michael Myers isn't powerful enough. I mean, to me, the point is that he is human in this series, ultimately. But people in the community build it up. So it's almost kind of ironic that the horror community as well is building him up to be the super heroic monster, or super villainous monster, super powered monster. I guess I should say. I shouldn't really use the term hero. He's obviously the villain in this tale. They need a villain. It's rather quite telling that I'm referring to Michael as a hero. Anyway, so my take on the movie was that it was really dope. It was refreshing. I really liked the whole thing. There were some spots towards the second half that were a little iffy story-wise, a little iffy logic-wise for me. But once again, no spoilers on that. If you want me to go deeper in this movie and talk about my thoughts about this, maybe I'll do a spoiler full edition, not a spoiler-free edition, but a spoiler-full edition of this video. I think that's all the thoughts I had on it. I really liked Halloween Ends. My review of it is really high. I would give it 4 out of 5 knives, 4 out of 5 kitchen knives. Yeah, it's really fresh. I would recommend that maybe you rewatch it with the idea that the point is that Michael Myers is supposed to be human, and that this community needs a monster, needs almost in their history. They need someone to blame, you know what I mean? They need someone to point at. And this kid in the movie, without spoiling anything once again, is like the new monster for them to blame because Michael has disappeared seemingly. All right, I'm getting a little too close to spoiler territory, so I'm gonna end this video. Let me know if you want me to review more horror movies like this. Let me know in the comments any thoughts you might have on my thoughts on this this movie and the end of the movie franchise. By the way, wait 5 years. There's going to be another Halloween movie done by another director. Certainly this director is done with his trilogy, but there's going to be more Halloween movies. This is not the end of Michael Myers. Maybe they do the gimmick where they do more stories. Probably not. There's probably going to be more Michael Myers. Anyway, I love y'all. Whoop whoop. More videos coming.